Okay, welcome guys to Deadly Departed. In this episode, we are going to talk about the importance of fear when people are going through something paranormal and some of the things that you shouldn't be doing because it causes a lot more suffering. So when we come right back, we're going to dive right into that, guys. Okay, welcome back, my friends. As I said, we are going to dive right into a little bit of a rant actually today. But firstly, thank you for joining me once again. If you are new, then welcome to Deadly Departed. If you're watching me on YouTube, then please subscribe. If you are listening on the podcast, then please subscribe. And any videos that help you in your development or help you in your life, then please share them with others if you think it can help them. Now, this is going to be quick today. It's a little bit of a rant, and I'm sorry about that. Dealt with a lot of paranormal cases. A lot of people have come to me that have maybe been suffering through potential paranormal or spiritual subjugations, and over the years I've kind of seen it all. And in terms of what you shouldn't do from a paranormal point of view, a paranormal investigator's point of view, and what you shouldn't do as well, even from helping someone or healing someone. I'll give you an example. So recently I had a number of cases, and in one particular case the person had been told that they had a demon possession that was about to take place, or they had a demon trying to possess them and their home. And you can imagine the fear that that family goes through, not to mention how irresponsible that is to say to someone that they have that without any real evidence of it. You know, a picture with a light on it or something on it is not enough evidence as far as I'm concerned. This is my own personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to take it. But one of the things that kind of disturbed me a little bit was when there's a claim that someone is possessed without any real evidence. And I also mean psychological evaluations, medical analysis, having investigation around the home, investigation in the environment. All sorts of things go into these. You just don't walk into a place and say you've got a demon in the place, because you might be surprised, but mediums can be wrong. You know, doctors can be wrong, lawyers can be wrong. We can all make a misjudgment. We must understand, ladies and gentlemen, that we're dealing with people's feelings and people's emotions. And I've seen it too often where a paranormal team will come in and it's really all about the pomp and circumstance and the ego, and it does more damage to the people that are suffering from probably, you know, real spiritual problems, you know, or even mental problems, you know, problems that don't need a paranormal team, that maybe need a doctor or a psychiatrist or something. And one of the worst things that kind of niggles me that I don't like is when someone says they're Reiki master, they're healers or a medium, and they're going to get rid of the spirit or the demon that's infested them. And they go through this whole big elaborate ceremony and then almost act as if they're in Hollywood trying to pull a spirit out of the person and saying that they're not there and they can't get a hold of it and it's gripping on with dear life and won't let go of the person. That in itself is ignorant, and it's incredibly irresponsible, because whilst you're enjoying the fight and whilst you're reveling, and even though you think you're doing a great service, you're actually doing a disservice, not only to spirit but a disservice to the people that have reached out to you for help, because that throws the person into a lot of fear, and that fear makes things worse. And should there be a spirit in the home, you've just started to feed that spirit. You've just started to feed that energy that's there. And I'm not saying that the person or the home is haunted, because you need a lot more evidence than just going in and saying, I feel a bad energy, you've got a demon in there, or look at this picture. You know, pareidolia sets in, and before you know it, you've created Satan, Beelzebub, demons, Asmodeus, and all sorts of things going on even from the past. And it just doesn't help the situation, okay? And it doesn't put you in a good light if things go wrong. And there's a big issue with this where you don't know where you're treading, not from a spiritual point of view, but even from a legal point of view. And what I hate to see is I hate to see people suffering needlessly, when 9 times out of 10, when I deal with a case that turns out they don't have a demonic infestation, let alone a really bad spirit infestation, and they might only just have loved ones that are visiting, or they may be very intuitive in their capacities and their guidance, or it may be that there's grounded spirits there that just need help to move on. It's not always a demon, and it's it's not always an evil spirit. And you don't go battling behind the person, around the person. You know, I've seen on the net as well, and colleagues of mine have put videos out where, you know, people just go overboard and bringing other people in and battling what seems to be all demons from hell and trying to pull things out of the person. You can see it on the net when they do some of these exorcisms and things like that, and they go nuts. There's a misunderstanding of demonology, of elements of the afterlife and the paranormal. And what you don't understand is that when someone's reaching out to you for help and someone seriously actually has a potential issue, you need to be compassionate, you need to be understanding, but above all, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be grounded. And if you're a medium, you need to be able to know what you're doing and to be able to discern what is truth from what is lie, discern from what is real and what is not. And if there are questions, you need to bring in specialists. You need to bring in psychologists and psychiatrists, and you can't just throw about the whole idea. And the worst thing to do is to tell the person there's a demon in the home and they're trying to possess them, unless you have really valid evidence, video footage, audio files and visual things, and there's evidence of phenomena that goes beyond the scientific realm. You can't just deal with something in one day and say, that's it, it's done and dusted, you've got a demon, we need to come in here and clean the place. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it in all over many times, and unfortunately what actually happens is the people who are reaching out and looking for help are lulled into a false sense of security. It makes them feel worse. They don't know who to turn to, and they suffer more, and you've caused that suffering more. So please take it on board. You're not going to stand behind someone or have them lying on a bed and be fighting with them to try and pull spirits out of them with your bare hands as if you're fighting a bear. This is energy. This is not manipulated or pulled by your hands. The reality is things like this are dealt with through pure prayer and being at a level of vibration where the prayer actually works. Your spiritual vibration actually works. The harmony you have within yourself, the preparation that you have in dealing with this situation. You're not going to stand behind and pull things out of someone's body with your own bare hands. You know, I've done all this and scanned and stuff and looked in and pretended you're taking something. It's like when you're using cards or angel cards, tarot cards or crystals and anything else. It's a tool that helps you to focus on a point of intent, helps you to focus on something. But the reality is it's the power of your mind and it's the power of your faith, it's the power of your prayer that's going to do anything. And at the end of the day, and even a lot of the cases that's been dealt with in history, it has been the power of prayer, and not from even religious points of view, that has actually helped to overcome, to change the polarity, to change the vibration in something. So please don't run about like a nutter in someone's home and then have them lying down battling Satan and trying to pull spirits out of them, because that's a fallacy. That's for the movies. That's not real. And you are causing more grief in a way to that family and those people who really need your help. I wanted to come on, guys, just to say this, because I've come across this too many times, and I think it needs to be said. I think it needs to be understood. It's not just black and white, okay? And proof. Things need evidence. Things need compassion. These things need understanding. And remember, it's not about how good you are at getting rid of something or how great your paranormal team is. It's about the people who are suffering. It's about the people who are going through that turmoil. It's about them, not you. And what they need from you is kindness, love, compassion, and a willing ear, and also someone to educate them to reality. To educate them. They're not infested with demons and God knows what else. Yes, there is times that this can happen, but the reality is very rare. And the cases where it does actually happen, there is a potload of evidence. There is more than enough phenomena that goes against the scientific grain of things. There is enough spiritual phenomena. There is enough intelligence and patterns in that intelligence to go around. It is not enough to go in with a couple of photographs or to go in and screaming things that are wrong that you have no real proof of And it's very difficult to prove in reality. What people need is your love, your compassion, your understanding, and your professionalism as a medium or a paranormal investigator to utilize every skill and every facet that you have and every spiritual power you have to be able to serve them in the best way that you can. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any questions, please get back to me. For those of you that are mediums, for those of you who are in the paranormal, please be careful and remember you're dealing with people's lives. It is not always demons. It's very rare. And you are doing more damage by allowing your ego to take place over what reality is. These people need your help. Serve them and let spirit be proud of the way that you serve them. Serve them with an open heart, with kindness and with compassion and understanding, and develop yourself and develop your spiritual power. Develop your own divinity so that you can deal with these spiritual influences. Okay? It needs evidence, guys. God bless. Have a great week upcoming. Stay safe and pray. Be non-judgmental and be forgiven. God bless.